Hey shitters, this is Chase from the Nerd Shit in the Dark podcast. Uh, just here to tell you, we were recording what was supposed to be today's new episode when we got through all of new nerd shit when an emergency kind of popped up in the middle of recording. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Nobody is hurt. We got through it, but it did cause us to have to stop recording, and we're just gonna have to pick it up a different time. It didn't leave us a lot of time to edit or record the rest of it. So today's episode, in place of what was the new episode, is another nerd shit memory from April of 2022. The audio quality is not the best. I edited it as well as I can. You're going to hear a lot of chairs squeaking. We used to record on just my computer, and Braden lived in Texas, and I just recorded him off of my computer. So I tweaked it as well as I can. I think it's still an enjoyable little episode, and there's not a whole lot of it, but it's something to chew on. And next Thursday, we will be uploading what was supposed to be today's episode is the plan once we get it recorded and put together. So for today, just enjoy this little blast from our past. Listening through it, I will say up ahead, everything I say about the Halo show and even like Marvel stuff, definitely Obi-Wan. I don't agree with those statements I said back then because I didn't know it was on its way. But everything else I think I stand by. So enjoy. Hopefully you can put up with the not great audio, and we'll be back to the good old-fashioned nerd shit in the dark next Thursday. So we'll see you then. Enjoy. Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens.
Well, you know what's happening right now? Nerd shit in the dark, dude.
Boom! Nerd shit in the dark, boom, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Boom, 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 boom. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Don't you see? It's dark as shit outside for you and me. I'm ready to hear these two motherfuckers talk about
nerd shit. I don't know where this is going.
I lost it, man. Sorry. Start off good.
I lost the thread.
Yeah, it's alright. Oop, almost spilled the water again.
It's out there somewhere.
Welcome. Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't almost spilled the water twice again. Stepping on one of the computers.
Yeah, you gotta put your water in a better place, dog.
Around me. I hope I didn't break. Don't worry about it. Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Nerd Shit in the Dark. Webisode, episode, podcast. What are you?
Episode 69, I think.
What?
What?
What did you say?
I think it's episode 69.
Episode 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old
sex
high school joke.
Dude, speaking of high school jokes, man. Good to see you. Glad to have you on tonight. No, I'm just kidding. That's a roast. But what I really meant was, me and the gang were playing this like board game the other night called What the Fuck, and like the concept of the game was really fun, but it was so lame. Like all the jokes were either like sex or like penis related. Like there'd be some like random weird ones, and then but it seemed like the majority were just like sex. Penises, blah, like one of the things were like, name a thing that gets erect when it's excited, and it's just like, oh boy, one of these kind of, like, we made it fun because we're fun people.
You're fun.
Yeah. Right, like, we made it work.
Amplify things
together.
Their natural funness.
Oh my god, I probably laughed harder than I'd ever. So, here's a moment that happened. Pete and Brad we're playing the game.
Oh, I was playing the game there?
Not you. My friend Brad, his full name is Bradley, but we just call him Brad because.
Oh wow! So he has a full name that's not Brad,
right?
But you call him Brad anyways.
Well, because Brad's in the word Bradley. You know what I mean? Instead of like
Brad's
Braden, it's say
Braden,
Braid. I guess I could call you Braid. Because
Brad.
Maybe you'll braid your hair. I wouldn't be surprised if you.
I don't actually know how my name's pronounced. My parents just told me that. Maybe that's a conspiracy.
So, Brad gets the question of, like, name a celebrity that you think has a small penis. And, like, we're all kind of, like, thinking around, and Brad just goes, and, like, you could dispute somebody. Like, the point of the game was, like, they'd say the answer, and if you want, as a group, you could dispute their answer. And Brad goes, Bradley Cooper. And Pete goes, oh my god, I was also thinking Bradley Cooper, and they're just having this moment, and Brad just starts going off. He's just like, I don't know, he's a good looking guy, he's got all the looks, like you gotta think he's gotta fall short somewhere. He looks so good, like, and Brad just looks at me and goes, I know you know what I mean, and I fucking die. Like the way he looked at it, the way he like stopped his like serious thing to make that joke at me. Oh, I laughed so fucking hard, man. So it turned out to be a pretty good game, but I wouldn't recommend it. The jokes are for fucking high school kids.
Yeah, I would also agree that Bradley Cooper probably does have a small dick.
Maybe.
I mean, I haven't heard any rumors about it. I don't have any contacts in his circle to find out, but
I don't try to guess a man's dick. You know?
yeah, I try not to think about it.
Bradley Cooper's dick.
Yeah, well, maybe sometimes, but
At night.
only on Mondays.
I was yesterday. Day late and $1 short. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's.
This is the impeccable intro.
Something.
Yeah.
New nerd shit. What do you want me to go? You to go? Me to go? You to go? What new nerd shit are you into, Brady? Did you prep anything for tonight?
To be honest, you go first because I need to think about that for a sec.
I know it's been out for a month or so now, but this has been the one thing that I sort of wanted to use for new nerd shit for a very long time. And it is the fact that Elden Ring came out, and it was the fucking, probably the best video game. It is the best video game I've ever played. I mean, it is a fucking jolly good time. I love this thing.
There's 2 students of mine that desperately want me to play Elden Ring. They swear by it, and they tell me all the time to get it.
It is the most incredible game I've ever played in my life.
I've never been a big, Souls game player, and it's probably because the only Souls game I've played is Dark Souls 2, and that's the one that everyone says is the worst one. But Elden Ring, it did have me interested, especially with all the boss fights and interesting characters.
It's good. It's a great blend of what makes Demon and Dark Souls what they are, but also, a great open world. Just there's definitely more, save locations, which become very helpful than there are in Dark and Demon Souls. And, once you figure out what you're doing, it's just, it's so fucking great and addicting. And I put 40 hours into it, the first week I had it. I almost never put 40 hours into a video game the whole time I have it.
Would you say it's harder compared to the other Souls games?
I think in ways it is much harder. The boss fights are insane.
I've seen footage of some of them, of streamers, playing the boss fights, just because, Elden Ring's been fucking everywhere.
Dude, everywhere. And
I can't believe it dropped around the same time Russia invaded Ukraine. I feel like so much has happened in such a short period of time.
Yeah, well, all that shit was going on. I was fucking out in the woods sometimes. One time I was in a swamp, and out of nowhere a fucking giant castle town just appeared in the distance, and I was like, I bet if I keep going I'm gonna get there. And I did, and I explored, and I fought a dragon, and it was fucking insane. Dude, so me and Nos got it at, the same time. And I should just pull up the texts I had of how we explained what we were doing in this game. It sounded like we were both just saying utter nonsense, like it was Mad Libs.
Right.
And you wouldn't even, let me find some of this shit. It's just it's a bonkers imaginative, somebody's crazy imagination just all over this fucking game, man.
Luged all over that game, yeah.
All over it.
Yeah.
No,
that's why it got me interested, because of the art style, because it's not really my type of game, that kind of play style where you're just killing yourself over and over again until you get better.
Mm-hmm.
Although Hades did change me on that, because Hades was super fun and I thought it took that concept really well. But no, the main thing was the art style and the boss designs and everything I was seeing coming out of it. I was like, damn, that looks like a really cool world to explore, and really interesting characters to fight.
That's the thing. Not only is it fun, the action of it, the fighting system, all of that, but just the exploring concept on its own, man. Just the adventure. I legit feel like I've never felt more immersed in an adventure.
So what's the plot? What's the goal?
I'll be fucking straight with you. 40 hours into this shit, I'm still not entirely fucking sure.
Yeah, the Souls lore always kind of confused me as well.
I know I'm trying to get the Elden Ring to become Elden Lord, but if you asked me what any of all that meant, I could not tell you. There's a lot of jibber jabber across a lot going on, and I still don't feel like I'm that far in the game. Not only do I have that many hours, Nos finished it, I think he was upwards of 100 hours. He beat the game around 100-hour gameplay. So it's just holy fuck.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Fucking insane. Instant, fucking hook. The first weekend I had it, I probably put in almost 24 hours. The only reason I don't have more is because I had to go to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're convincing me for sure. Is it out? Is it for console or is it a PC game?
It's everything. I have it on my PS5.
Is it for? Do they have it for Xbox One? Do they still make Xbox One games like shit for Xbox One?
I think it is on Xbox One.
Because I still have
think it's
my
on
good old
Xbox. Yeah, because Nas is playing it on his PS4. Like it's on PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series S, and computer. And I'll tell you what, man, I still gotta beat it on my PlayStation. But like as soon as I get my Steam Deck, I'm gonna download it on that shit and probably play it again.
Damn.
I could get into it. I could get real into it. I was gonna read some of those texts that describe just like the bonkers, crazy shit going on, but just so much here.
Yeah, my students also tried to explain the game to me, like the plot line, and they couldn't do it either. But yeah, I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah. So go ahead. I mean, that's all I got to say.
Well, the one new nerd shit that I have been into is Total Warhammer 3 came out on PC, and I've been playing that a lot. It's RTS, I think it's called, or it's that game where you can like command and control armies. The Total War. Are you familiar with the Total War games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Warhammer 3 came out for Total War.
Real-time strategy.
Yeah, and it's real fun so far. It's kind of like the base game. There's not a lot of factions to play, at least not as many as Total Warhammer 2, but it's really fun, I think. You get to play as Chaos Lords, or there's 2 human factions and an Ogre Kingdom as well. But otherwise you play as the Chaos Lords and kind of try and enslave mortals and conquer the world, but it's all under the backdrop of this kind of like great race to capture the soul of this dying god.
I'm just kidding.
What was that? What'd you say?
I said white people. You said great race, and I was like, white people?
Oh, Jesus. We can't put that in.
Oh, I'm kidding, though.
We just had this conversation.
I know. Don't worry. Well, I'll fix it before it goes out.
Yeah.
Well, Swag will hear it.
Fuck, what was I even saying?
Sorry. Total Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
Is this the game that Henry Cavill like plays? And I think he posted a thing on Instagram.
Yeah, he plays. He's real into those games too. But yeah, the
Superman.
The command. Superman. Yeah, that Henry Cavill.
Yeah, but from now on, when I refer to Henry Cavill on this podcast, I'm just gonna call him Superman. So just know that that's who I'm talking about when I say it.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill. Superman. Sorry.
Superman's always.
Go on.
But yeah, it's all against the one thing I don't like about it, all against the backdrop of this great race where you have to capture like the soul of this dying god. Like each faction wants to get to this dying god, and you have to like go through portals into a different realm and like fight different armies in order to get there. And so you're kind of like on a time limit. When in the original, you had a sandbox mode where you could kind of just like chill out and take over the map however you wanted, but you're kind of rushed in the current gameplay style. But I do believe that they are coming out with updates and DLC and fixing parts of the game because it's still pretty new, and it's one that they continuously work on. So I think it has the potential to be really great. It's just kind of new. But I've been really into watching like tournaments on YouTube. There's like a few tournaments where you just watch people do battles with different armies. It's really interesting to see. Some people are really good and can make like really quick decisions with their units and shit. And I realized I would be a really shitty general because I kind of just bum rush targets a lot.
That's how I play most video games.
Use overwhelming force to.
Yeah, definitely my play style.
Yeah, I'm too impatient for like genius strategy to like fuck with armies.
I've gotten better at it over the days. Like if I really have to.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm just gonna swing for the fences, you know?
Yeah. There have been moments where I felt really proud of myself because I made a clever move or anything, but it's nothing compared to the guys who do the tournaments because they can like command 20 different units all at once, like seemingly simultaneously. I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah, those guys that do video game tournaments are just on a whole another level of video game playing.
Yeah, like a part of me is like, damn, I'm so envious of them getting good, but then I'm also like, damn, like I could never invest that much time in something like this.
And I bet you some of them are just naturally that good, though. Like they don't even have to put that much time. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's the truth. I do know. I did grow up with this one kid I remember who was just naturally kind of good at everything he tried.
It's like Jared, man. hanging out with
Jared. Yeah, like there's some people just like that. They're just kind of like exceptional.
Yeah, like we went axe throwing the other day, and Pete was like, "You want to bet on who wins?" And I'm just like, "Who do you think is gonna win?" And he just says Jared, and I'm like, "Well, way to pick the safe pick, man. Jeez." Yeah, probably. And guess what?
Jared won.
He fucking won.
What game was
it? We were axe throwing. We were at an axe throwing place.
Oh, axe throwing.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I'll tell you this: when the guy at the end came out with the big fucking firefighter axe, and Jared went to throw it, and then somebody else went, I think Brian, Danny's boyfriend, threw it. Neither of them got it. I fucking took that motherfucking thing, and I just hucked it and got a bullseye, and I was like, oh! I might have lost the war, but at least I look like a stud.
Yeah, you felt like a Viking there.
Mm-hmm.
Just caved the head in of your opponent.
Oh! Get this beard going.
Yeah.
As my grog spews from my lips down through my drizzling beard.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm reading like a lady porn or something.
Yeah. Right. You can reclaim your heavily Norwegian ancestry.
Because everybody knows Skripek is a Norwegian name.
Yeah, I mean, you're extremely Scandinavian looking. Definitely not.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
I kind of like mid-Europe Slavic kind of origin.
Wow. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You look nice,
no problem,
too.
Dude.
You look very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know what to compare you to.
Yeah, because I don't fit a particular mold, man.
Yeah. You're just like a, not generic white guy, but yeah.
No, I'm pretty generic white guy. I'm just like a big blend of everything that I have no one ethnic identity besides white.
Wow. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
That being said.
Right.
Warhammer is what you were, yeah.
Fuck yeah, that is what we were talking about.
Yeah, we sidetracked.
Yeah, but no, that was my one new nerd shit. I haven't been playing too many new video games. I did get into a new show recently. I don't know if we'd save that for like our media segments. And I wouldn't even really classify it as nerd shit because it's not like a nerdy show.
It's a dirty show.
It's a dirty show. Yeah, it's a porn show. It's a porn show.
It's a pornography. It's porn.
I'm watching porn. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I just watched the same one over and over and over.
Yeah, but it's Atlanta. You ever heard of it?
Georgia?
Yeah.
I've heard of the state and city. I don't know if I've heard of the show.
The show Atlanta is really good. I mean, it takes place in Atlanta, obviously, but it's Donald Glover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he like wrote and directed it. But it's really good. It's like a comedy, but it also is a drama. And there's also like some episodes that are like airy almost. Like the tone's kind of all over the place, but like each episode's really interesting and unique. And I binged 2 seasons like in one night pretty much because I was like hooked on it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
The characters are really funny. They're all like super well fleshed out. The soundtrack's really nice. Well, that's the one thing you probably wouldn't enjoy. It's like mostly rap and R&B, and
I'd like that.
I thought you didn't like rap.
No, I like rap.
You didn't like a lot of the rap songs I showed you.
I don't like new rap.
New rap, but old rap you enjoy.
Oh yeah, dude, I was stoked for the Super Bowl.
It's mostly like
and R&B. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, then you might like the soundtrack then, so you can check it out because it's really good. Like it can be really heavy hitting and really emotional, but also like really funny and comedic. Just because the actors are doing a really good job and the writing's really solid. And yeah, I like everyone in it too. Zazie Beetz is in it, and I want to marry her.
So did the Joker.
He sure did.
He sure
did. And did he?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Or no, he didn't.
Or no, he didn't.
Don't know. That's how you are. That's who you're.
Did it ever
the Joker.
make it clear? I think it did make it pretty clear.
I think it made it pretty clear. Yeah, that they were.
Yeah, they were not. That was
he was losing his mind.
Who knows? Maybe later. I mean, love finds a way.
Doesn't it though? Sometimes.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Doesn't it so?
I mean, isn't that what movies tell us? Is that because you love someone, like eventually, if you never give up, they will fall in love with you back?
In a way, because I feel like in my head, my relationship, I feel like it is kind of like a movie. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I don't know if it's entirely like that, but it's kind of like that.
Yeah, I like to think
I didn't
of my
keep
life
nagging, but I waited till the time was right, and I never gave up. I never stopped thinking about it.
Yeah.
And even though it was hopeless, she was gone for 10 years. No idea how to find her. Could have been married. It was very hopeless, but gosh darn it, it worked out.
It sure did.
So, it happens.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girlfriend. I love her.
But yeah, Atlanta's really good. And if you're interested, it's on Hulu. So check out. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Cool.
Yeah, I keep forgetting we have to keep this like short and sweet.
Yeah, nah, but we still can chat, man. We gotta make it sound real. You know what I mean? Sound real, but be ourselves. Let me see. I started writing like a list of things that I wanted to talk about tonight. Yeah, here's one. It's on it's like the top of my list. Go. Who the fuck do you think you are?
It's called Who the Fuck Do You Think You Are?
No, I'm asking you, motherfucker. Who the fuck?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah. No. So that's not on my list. Let's go with Uncharted. I saw the Uncharted movie. This is kind of like a callback because we brought it up on when it was coming out in one of our earlier episodes. And did you end up? You probably didn't end up seeing it.
I did not end up seeing that. No, I did not catch that.
Yeah.
How was it?
I liked it. I think it has potential. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to become a little, looser with like adaptations, just because there are so many bad ones. But if somebody if they do it right, just because they missed a couple key things, whatever, or they did their own thing with it a little different than the game, and that's kind of how Uncharted felt. Like, I liked it. I had an enjoyable experience at the movie theater. I sat next to Sam, and I would continuously, like, whenever they did something that was just right out of the video game, I was just like, oh boy, it's a dungeon level. Like, crawling. It was great.
They did try to follow the games, kind of. Did they do their own plot, or did they?
They definitely did their own plot, but they also kind of blended a couple of the game's plots together in a way. And I don't know.
And it worked?
I thought it worked. And honestly, it got critically reviewed fairly low, but the audience score for it on Rotten Tomatoes is like 95%. People did like it. A lot of people didn't. But and I'm one. I was like people like Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake, and I'm just like, yeah, no, but if he's gonna be, he's pretty fine at it.
Yeah, I mean, I always think Nathan Fillion would have been the best Nathan Drake.
Yeah, they definitely should have went that route.
But he's too old now.
They did that video, that like 10-minute thing with him.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
It's it. Well,
don't get me wrong. Well, that would have been way better.
And if it truly is something that audiences enjoyed, then the critics' reviews doesn't really matter, because who cares what those old geezers think? Yeah.
And I'll be honest, people on Reddit, people on YouTube also kind of dish shit on it, but a lot of people don't, and that's the thing. Like, it was a relatively positive by the audience reviewed movie, and I heard like they made enough money, and because of the positive reviews, they're going to make it a franchise. So like, I'm excited to see another one and see where they keep going with like the movie. It's okay to have both. If I want the other story, guess what? I got 4 of my favorite video games to play through.
Yeah, why not spoil yourself? So
yeah, so I enjoyed that.
It works.
And I have the same kind of feeling. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna. See, we're hopping topics.
Yeah, we're gonna skip Scott.
But it's the same idea. The first 2 episodes of Halo, the series on Paramount Plus, came out, and
yeah, I saw that. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I did not catch that. But we
picked it up just for the occasion. I had to, Halo. It's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
It's the whole reason I have ever gotten any Xbox I ever own. My Series S here, I only basically got because I was like, well, I want to play Halo 6, Halo Infinite. So big Halo guy. This show comes on. They're definitely doing their own thing. Like, it's its own story for fucking sure.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that, because it's kind of like I like the idea of things, because what I kind of wanted them to do with Cowboy Bebop, where it was just like, do your own, take that thing I like and do your own thing with. Don't do it exactly to a beat, or it's going to be hard to watch. Because you're just doing the thing from that's why Marvel movies are so good. They don't directly follow. They tell their own stories while touching upon what it's about. And that's kind of what I'm getting from Halo as well. It's only 2 episodes in. It's definitely like taking place before even like the events of what does happen in Halo 1 would be happening anyways. I'm enjoying it. A bit
more liberty.
I'm enjoying it. I'm compelled. I'm going to keep watching. Master Chief does take his helmet off. At one point...
I was going to say, I heard there's controversy about the helmet being taken
There is
off.
a little controversy there, but, like, I am still... Like, I'd rather you just put the fucker on. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather you be wearing it more often. And I bet as it gets later on in the show, he will. I think they're just trying to establish right now... They're going very deep into, like, who Master Chief kind of is. And I think when you put that to screen, in a way, you do kind of need to see the person under the mask. Whatever. But then at one point in the second episode, he wasn't even in his armor. Like, his helmet was off, and he was in, like, a fucking... like, UNSC suit. I was just like, oh God, Master Chief. Before I know it, I'm going to be seeing his fucking penis.
I didn't see his dick.
I was like, if I see his fucking ass or his penis, I'm out.
Yeah, you have to know exactly what this man looks like.
And it's like, but like, that's a very small nitpick in an otherwise. And I personally think Halo is better than Uncharted even. Like, it was just 2 episodes in. The fucking action scenes were awesome.
What does he look like?
I'll tell you what he doesn't look like. How Master Chief was said to look like in, like, the Halo books and shit, and, like, the Halo lore. Like, in the lore, Master Chief's supposed to be, like, pale and like, a ginger because he never takes his fucking helmet off. And, like, full of scars because he was raised like a fucking soldier. This Master Chief, I don't know how else to put it. He just looks like this, I don't want to say handsome guy, but like generic army handsome guy, you know what I mean?
They got a generic army handsome guy. They throw all of those guys in military movies, but like most of the dudes in the army are not handsome bros.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely like, you know, you'd have to say it's not a bad look. Like whatever. It's not the worst. But that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, I wish they would have made him like a little ugly or just like average looking, because I feel like that adds some like more character. Like I don't know, I don't want people.
I feel like ugly
Master
people.
Chief.
It's Master Chief though. I mean, you know,
that's true.
Whatever, but it's good. It's good, and I'm excited, dude. When it goes to like the Covenant shit, dude. It looks so like it shows like their planet, which is called High Charity, and every time it goes, there's a thing like High Charity, Covenant, whatever, and then it goes to like the Prophets, which are these like fucking wormy alien looking motherfucker. The CG on them looks so. Whenever they're on the screen, I like get up. I'm just so excited to see them like done so well looking.
I'm glad that CG works out because that like would make or break it. You know,
some of it's iffy, some of it's not. You know, it's like it's still a TV budget, so the CG isn't like. Sometimes it is noticeably like noticeable,
right?
But not even all that bad. Kind of like how in Moon Knight, you notice the trees that fell on those dudes were definitely CGI, but like it was whatever. Yeah, Halo's got a lot of that, but then mixed with a lot of fucking awesome looking shit. And like the warthogs and the pelicans, all the like shit from Halo, it's all there and it's in real life and it's so fucking cool. So I'm jonesing on. I'm going big on these, like, whenever something's adapted and they adapt it well enough, you know what I mean? Even like, people are so ready to jump on shit, but like this shit can be really bad. So if it's entertaining and compelling enough, especially Halo's compelling as fuck.
Yeah.
Is it different than the game?
Enhance the original source material.
Right. So just go with
or add on to it in some way.
So yeah, another episode comes out of that on Thursday, which is a day I'll be going to see another video game property in Sonic 2. Can't wait to see that.
I have a student who's very excited to see Sonic 2. He keeps counting down the days.
I'm pumped. Yeah, it's going to be good.
He told me twice today that Sonic 2 is in 3 days.
Yeah, he's pumped. I like that kid already.
Yeah, he's really pumped. He has Asperger's.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. That was a weird. I'm sure that was a weird reaction from from the audience's perspective. Yeah, he's Asperger's. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, it was
a long silence.
Yeah, I didn't mean it to come out like that.
I was just like didn't know what to say to follow that up.
No,
it was just quiet for a while.
You know, but I'm just saying it's whatever. You know, whatever. Yeah, he's got Asperger's.
He's a great
Sonic's
kid.
fucking awesome, and he should be pumped about it.
Yeah, he's one of my best students.
I thought you were gonna say one of your best friends. He's one of my best friends. Students.
He's one of my best students.
He's here right now. Give it up for Alan.
Yeah, we emotionally support each other, and I tell him things about my life.
He just comes into frame. Sonic 2's in 3 days. It's in 2 days, motherfucker. He must be seeing it Friday. Must be one of those people that doesn't know it drops actually on Thursday. He'll get there. So that's what I have to say about those 2 things. Little Sonic thing in there. I also wanted to talk about... did you have anything? I'm kind of taking over here. My bad.
No, to be honest, I've been kind of busy with getting my tires stolen and besides Atlanta, I haven't really been watching anything new. Oh, the new season of South Park is great.
Okay, yeah, I've heard. And I watched the first 2 episodes, and I loved them. I was dying watching that Tolkien one. Oh my god.
Oh, I was about to say the same thing, the Tolkien episode, the Tolkien episode.
I gotta watch the rest. That's the last one I saw, but
That's like...
It's one of the best episodes I've ever seen.
That's like a perfect retcon. Like, I'm literally so impressed at that retcon.
Dude, I loved every one of those. Like, it has so many funny moments. Like, the more Stan asked people, like, who here knew his name was actually Tolkien? Based off the Lord of the Rings. And, like, it just goes from, like, a few people to finally at the end, it's, like, the whole school, like, they're just, like, what? And every time Stan's just, like, okay. And it just goes on with his point. Oh my god, dude. Or when Stan started reading The Lord of the Rings and it was just in like a generic black dude's voice, I laughed so fucking hard, man. I was dying. That episode had everything I needed in like what makes me laugh.
The hits kept on coming. Yeah, it was a really well done episode. And they continue to get good.
Yeah.
They continue to be really good. The one after that, I think, is like the real estate episode, where Cartman's mom becomes a real estate agent. That one was okay. I didn't think it was funnier than the first 2.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's a few episodes out now.
Is the World War III episode, and that one's pretty funny.
How many episodes in it? I really do. Miranda's on night shift like the coming month, so I'm gonna make some nights to catch up on shows and shit. Maybe tonight before I go to bed, I'll watch an episode of South Park or 2 or 10.
Yeah, that was. I've been watching that as well. So that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else new.
I got a couple things, but I have a couple news things, I guess.
Yeah, tell us the news things.
Well, I mean,
I don't have it.
Not so much but for us to talk. Like, for instance, Obi-Wan, the trailer dropped, and they are putting 2 episodes out that Friday. All that news, you know what I mean? We're at 2 episodes at once. Did you you've seen the trailer for Obi-Wan?
I did not see the complete trailer, but I saw him in it.
Oh, man, you didn't see the trailer? Fuck, that really takes away a lot from what I was ready to talk about here.
Damn, what were we going to talk about?
Oh, I mean, just the trailer in general, our thoughts, our excitement. I mean, I'm looking pretty forward. This seems like it's going to be a good Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I kept trying to I never got around to watching it. I saw that it dropped when I was at work, and then I just forgot to...
I went right to the bathroom. I was just like, gotta go.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
If Ewan McGregor's in it, it's going to be amazing. So
yeah, I'm glad they're dropping the first 2 episodes at once.
Yeah,
because the more the merrier. When Star Wars is good, I want more, man.
No, it's good. It's a 1-2 punch. First episode, that's a bit too. You're making them fiend a bit too much. You know, you got to give them a good supply.
We've waited a long time for this.
Yeah, first 2 can get them hooked.
I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling...
Hard to hook people on 1 episode.
Yeah. And sadly, so here's the thing that stinks. I will watch Obi-Wan. That is what I'm going to watch first. But it does drop on the same day that the first half of Season 4 of Stranger Things drops, too. So it's like...
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
two things for a while.
Dude, 2 things I really want to fucking watch. But I will watch Obi-Wan first, because above and all else, I am a Star Wars fan above most of my fandoms.
It's gonna be strange because they're like all teenagers or grown up now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're definitely a lot older now. They put out a trailer for that as well a couple weeks back.
Wasn't Baby Bobby Brown like 18 now or like 19?
Yeah, I think she's 18 or she's gonna be 18.
Yeah, because I remember Drake was like texting her and stuff and like waiting for her to turn 18 or something. I don't know. There's some sort of Millie Bobby Brown, Baby Bobby Boo.
You said Bibby Bobby Brown earlier, and I was like, Bibby Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
But I knew who you meant.
Yeah, I know her real name. I just like to say it wrong.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. She's, I don't know. She's 11. I think she'll always be 11 to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just going to be weird because it's like, the Stranger Things kids are now the Stranger Things adults.
Oh, yeah. They're like the same age the teenagers were in the first season of Stranger Things.
Damn, that's wild to think about. But I guess it has been a while now. I mean, I guess the first season dropped like when I was like.
It was when I first moved to Indiana. It was 2016.
Yeah, your Trump got elected.
Take that as you might.
Yeah, Stranger Things was one of the only good things that year.
I'm sure there are good things
No, I remember that was the year like a bunch of celebrities were dying. Like, because I think didn't Carrie Fisher die 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a few other celebrities. Oh, Prince, I think, died 2016. I think. I don't know. The past 5 years have been a fucking time warp, man.
You're telling me, man. Yeah. But
But I guess 2016 is closer to 6 years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, let's stop talking about time.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Obi-Wan. I mean, not much really to say. I will say this. There isn't a whole lot of Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan trailer.
That's probably for the best.
But yeah, I think that's for a reason. So, because when he
Yeah,
does start
teasing you,
doing
tickling
shit,
your balls with it. You can't give him all of Obi-Wan.
it's hard to be patient,
right.
knowing that it's still not coming out till like to me right now. Talking about, it, I feel like it's coming out soon, but like it's still like all of April and basically all of May before it drops. But I'm looking forward to it.
It'll fly by.
I love good Star Wars. Love good Star Wars. I'm so pumped. I'm getting the Lego Skywalker Saga for my PS5 tomorrow. It's coming in the mail. So stoked to play that. I'm hearing good things about that. And the Lego Star Wars games are a bonkers good time.
The Lego Star Wars games were a highlight of my childhood.
Dude, you should probably get this new one. I heard it's really fucking good. It goes through.
I heard it's really good too.
Yeah.
No, I've heard it. I've heard about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Do they have voice actors now?
I think some parts have voice actors, but I still think they do take clips directly from the movies too. So it makes sense.
Although, I think I heard that there's going to be an option to turn mumble on, or like, because like the original characters just like mumbled, like there wasn't any dialogue, and things were kind of like the scenes were like done through like visual gags and shit in the original Lego Star Wars games.
Yeah.
Like they like the characters didn't have voice actors.
Well, I know that they did do them in some of them. I mean, the characters didn't have voice actors, but they used the clips from the movies. They used the audio.
Yeah.
Like I have the Lego Force Awakens and one of the other Lego.
Oh yeah.
ones.
So what's it? Yeah. So is it covering the sequel trilogy?
Yeah, it covers all 9 movies.
All 9 movies.
All 9 movies, and it's like all recreated. Like it's not just like those same games remade. It's a completely built from the ground up, all 9 movies kind of game.
Wow. So is it the same? It's like the same levels and shit from like the first 2.
No,
first games, or it's completely different.
Completely new, completely remade. Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm stoked because I have the Force Awakens Lego Star Wars game, but they never made a Last Jedi or a Rise of Skywalker one, so I'm stoked to play those levels now. Lego edition.
I feel like it's so like games like these come out once in a blue moon now. That's something that like everyone's super excited for.
I'm jazzed, dude. I've seen nothing but good ratings. I pre-ordered it ages ago. It should have been here today, but there was a mix-up with my debit card, so it's a day late. But Brandon and I are just gonna co-op that and play it probably tomorrow night, and I'm really jazzed on it because, like, especially on the PS5, it looks fucking gorgeous.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
So cool Star Wars shit. I just I feel like we don't talk enough about.
How expensive do you think PS5s are now?
Like, what do you mean? Like, if you try to find one online to buy off somebody?
Yeah, because I've always wanted a PS5. But...
I mean, I'd say you're getting close to a period where it's going to start becoming easier to purchase them, that you don't have to do it that way. So I would say get there's a $500 one and there's a $400 one, and I'd say just pay the amount that you should. Like, I saw the other day, like, Amazon was dropping it left and right, and it seemed like they were staying on, like, people weren't running into the same problems of shit crashing. Like, it seemed like there was a nice consistent flow of PlayStations. So honestly, dude, if you want a PS5, I'd say just wait, and we're right. It's almost been out for 2 years. It's gonna start becoming an easier. I can't believe it's this hard to get still, honestly, but we're right around where it's gonna be.
I held off on getting. I held off on getting it for a long time. So it was like almost $1,000 at one point. Like,
oh yeah. I got I bided my time and I waited. I did not spend it. I spent the 500 fucking something on mine and never looked back. I can't believe people spent thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's supply and demand. Just wait.
PlayStation.
But I do fucking love my PlayStation. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, no, I think I need to update my console because I haven't console gamed in so long.
It's a nice little feeling.
Sure
I like to bounce around, but yeah, when I sit down, I'm truly looking forward to us like getting home tomorrow night, eating dinner, and then just sitting down and to get in front of the TV, controller in both of our hands, and just fucking going through Star Wars, baby.
Hell yeah. No, that's going to be a really fun time.
Thanks.
Get some beers or some weed.
Probably hit the old Pensy Wenzy. So I think we should probably bleed into. So there's two kind of big topics that I feel like needs to be discussed, and that is the Batman and Moon Knight.
Yeah, so I still haven't seen the Batman.
Braden. This is just a podcast where we are just not in sync.
I know. I'm sorry, man. I've not been keeping up with culture right now.
I understand. Just this once, though. Just like for the next couple months. Then I expect you back in the game, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I'm also just because tickets are expensive at movie theaters here.
How much they charging for a movie ticket?
It's like $22 or something.
That is unbelievable. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Yeah, I pay like $10.50.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of don't go to the movies. And I'm just gonna wait at this point until it comes out. And I can.
Yeah, I think it comes out on the 19th on HBO.
Yeah, I
Max.
I can find it legally online somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, then I guess we won't talk about the Batman then, because I'd rather. There's nothing to say if you haven't seen it.
I know. I keep needing to.
I don't want to ruin it.
I've had to avoid all reviews from it, but I've heard it's really good.
It is very good.
Yeah,
but we'll say.
I also heard it's 3 hours.
It is just shy of 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to carve out some time.
But it's a nice 3 hours. It's a very. I didn't look at. I finally looked at my phone. I looked at it like 2 hours and probably 20 minutes. I think there was 40 minutes left, and it was only because I was hoping there was a lot more. And I looked and I was like, 40 minutes. Hell yeah, let's keep it going. Like I was pumped to see that there was 40 more minutes. So like, good. I liked it. I'll say this. Well, let me ask you this: do you want me to rank where I put it in like my Batman list, or would you rather just you do? Okay, I don't want to like temper with your expectations, but I think I see it as my second. I think The Dark Knight is still my favorite Batman movie, and I'll say why. It's because I think The Dark Knight it's an all around. Not only is it a good Batman movie, but it's a really solid just movie. You know what I mean? Like it's a solid film.
Definitely.
And I think the Batman is just a perfect Batman movie. You know what I mean? Like it nails
that makes sense.
Batman. But like as a film, The Dark Knight's a better film.
You get more, I guess.
So that's where I put it. Kind of from when I felt it when I first saw it, and then I still love it.
Yeah, that's about what I've been hearing, is that it's like, it might become the new gold standard. Like it might be able to compete with The Dark Knight, at least for the top spots in the Batman movies. For sure. I mean, it sounds like people trust Robert Pattinson with this now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where he takes it next. If they do another one, which I'm sure they will. But we won't talk too deep into that. Let's get into Moon Knight then.
Yeah, yes, Moon Knight. I'm excited for the second episode to drop.
Oh, yeah, I know. I have to wait till like tomorrow night to watch it, but I'm jazzed. Yeah. I love that first episode, man. So good.
It's great. It's done very well.
It was well, because there's certain things that I see that I have no idea what the fuck is going on the whole time, and it can go one of two ways. I can either really, really be loving it, and by the end of be like so pumped that I felt that way the whole time, or it's the other way, and a movie ends, and I just go, what the fuck was all of that? For instance, that Green Knight movie I told you about. The entire time, Rand and I both were just like, what the hell is going on? And then it just kind of ended. And it was like, what the fuck? And then there's that movie of the fucking Swiss Army guy, where the whole time you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then it ends and you're like, I really like that.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with Moon Knight.
Exactly.
It got to the end and I was just like, wow.
Yeah. The way that they're telling the story, the way that they make it pretty clear right away that this like something weird's going on, but we're not really sure because we can only really see it from the perspective of this guy, and he's
who may or may be the split personality.
Yeah, that's been made unclear whether he is the split personality or if Mark is the split personality. It sounds to me. it sounds like Mark is the actual personality.
I
and
would
this
agree.
guy's
I would agree. There's so many little hints, little things that say that,
because you can't,
Steven.
because like to have like the body, the trained body to like be a mercenary and have that kind of career, I feel like I just feel like that's the default one, you know.
Yeah. Plus, there's all the scenes where, like, this guy's talking to his mom, and it's always a recording. He's never directly talking to his mom. So you almost think, like,
Right.
is he talking to anybody? Like, is he just schizophrening out? He misses whole days.
Yeah.
So,
Do we know? Does he have like multiple personalities, or is it just these two plus that God thing?
gob thing?
The God thing.
Oh, the God thing.
G-O-D.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about Moon Knight in the comics, so I don't know. But...
Yeah, I've been trying to stay away. Like I said, I don't want to know anything because I just love the way I felt. I love being confused, and I love learning that. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not even watching like the video reviews of the episodes because I just don't want like people that do know anything to like ruin anything for me, and that's weird for me because I like to watch anything I can get my hands on something that I'm watching. Like if there's a YouTube video about it, I kind of want to watch it. But with Moon Knight, I'm like, no, let's see where this. I don't know anything about this motherfucker. I want to see where it goes.
And I really like Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. Oh my god, when it started off and he was talking in that like British voice, I was just like, whoa, this is a side of him I ain't never seen.
Yeah, he kind of sounds like a chimney sweep, but like in a good way.
Yeah. It's like Scrooge McDuck's butler.
But no, I think he's good in it. He's comedic. Yeah, his personality is like a little neurotic. Question though, this was brought up in the one video I watched, the Mr. Sunday Movies video about it. But wouldn't it be a plot hole that he was? I guess we're assuming Mark took over his body at one point and asked that woman out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Would he not speak in a different accent, or do you think Mark was speaking in the British accent?
Yeah, that's an interesting take.
Because wouldn't she notice that like he's speaking in a very clearly different accent because they're pretty different?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's so hard because you almost wonder like, why would Mark have chatted? Like, it doesn't seem like he's a guy who has time for dates. So it's almost like he would have had to put on just like the personality.
Yeah, he sounds like it's very interesting. So you don't really know what his motivations are. So far, he sounds pretty boring, and so like his personality wise, he just sounds like a kind of by the book soldier. Mm-hmm. But then he does things like ask out that woman and I guess steal his goldfish or something. And
I'm assuming that one goldfish died, and then he just went and bought a new one, and that's why the guy's like, "Whoa, it grew a fin." And even the lady at the store's like, "You were here yesterday when you fucking got it," and he was like, "Yesterday? I wasn't here yesterday." There's a lot of little moments like that.
But again, like, why would he bother? Like, why would Mark bother to do that? Like, why does he care if the split? Like, why do they care if the split personality is aware of them? It's making me guess that there's probably multiple ones.
I think there is supposed to be. So but I'm not for sure. I just know one thing. I really want to know what's going to happen in the next episode because I want to keep feeling this way, but I also want to learn things along the way.
Yeah, and I want to see some actual action too. Because I thought what they were doing with the action scenes were really cool, like him falling asleep and waking up and like it's just like destruction around him. I thought that was like a really cool concept, but the reveal at the end makes me want to see like what his powers are because it was interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming the suit is a part of his power.
That would make sense. It just kind of molds around him, and then he beats the shit out of Anubis. So.
Right. Although I guess isn't it Anubis that is giving him? It's some kind of Egyptian god-looking thing that is probably the thing possessing him that's giving him this power.
Yeah, I can't remember. That one's not. Yeah, I can't remember that one's name. I've seen it around since the episode dropped, but I don't have it in my head.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved the when he's driving the truck around the mountainside and it's playing fucking Wham
on their radio. Oh my god, it was so fucking good. What a great blending of just like a crazy action pack scene, but mixed with just like that song. Only Marvel, man. Only Marvel.
That's why I was just thinking, like with new Marvel shit that comes out, I typically do watch it unless it's like a Black Widow or something else. Or like I'm just gonna catch it on streaming when it comes out later. Although I know Black Widow's on streaming and I still haven't seen it yet. But I pretty consistently watch the new stuff Marvel comes out with, and I struggle to like start other shows. And I think it's just because like I know Marvel's safe, like they know what they're doing. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. I've heard like it compared to just like almost like a microwave meal. Like it's something that like it's generic at times. Like they definitely have like a formula going. They have their style.
I hate to call it a microwave meal though. If it is a microwave meal, it's like a fucking Hungry Man. You know what I mean? It's good.
It's like a good like bagel bites or something. Like I don't know. It's safe. It's not like high art, but it's entertaining. It never fails to really entertain.
Dude, never. And honestly, it's just dude. It's like almost better upon every walk. We watched Endgame the other night. You know, I've probably seen Endgame a number of times by now. We thought we were just gonna have it on the background, and we just sat here and watched the whole fucking thing. And I was like, man, this movie is a masterpiece. I love it more.
It's gonna be really interesting to see how like history looks back on this time of like the boom. Like it's like it was like almost a second comic book boom, but with movies.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad to be living during it because I love it.
Yeah, and people keep like saying superhero movies. Like, they need to stop making superhero movies, that they've made too many, but I don't know if the genre is going to die at this point. It's like a fully realized genre, which is crazy.
Yeah, they've got so many plans for the future, and they're going... They've mastered it, man. They've mastered the art of keeping these things going, because they mix it up. Even Moon Knight is just so fresh.
Yeah, it's crazy how they manage to just get consistent hits, and it's because of their formula. Like, they've worked out how to do it.
They got a great team.
They do. They sure do. Got good talent up in Disney. But yeah, interesting to see where we go. I want to know who that woman was that called him.
Yeah.
Who was like Mark's friend.
Mm-hmm. Lila?
Yeah.
I think that was her name.
I don't remember her name.
Layla, maybe.
Layla, possibly, yeah.
No.
But we'll see where that plot thread leads. But besides that, there wasn't like too many like new developments. I guess the villains, it's like that kind of cult. I guess we're doing that like cult trope, like John Wick. Like every civilian is a guy that works for us, or like Fight Club. Like every person's like a guy that's with us.
Definitely felt like Fight Club vibe, but maybe not everyone, because there were like some safe people, but there are a number of them.
There's one of those societies, I guess, that are just like embedded everywhere.
Yeah. I'm interested to see, because I hope the episode kind of kicks off tomorrow with like right there, like it doesn't skip ahead in time, or like I want to see, because that guy would still be at the museum, so I want to see if like they have like that villain versus Moon Knight type of at least standoff.
Yeah,
we had a whole episode with Steven. I really hope we get to see an episode with Mark in control, and we get to see it.
I bet that's where they're gonna take it, because it's like we got like this episode was from the perspective of strictly one personality, but I'm guessing they're probably gonna switch around to like the perspective of a different one, or maybe they'll just stick with this personality and make that the main one we follow.
Maybe, yeah. There's all sorts of possibilities, and I'm excited to see. Like I kind of not despise. That's a strong word. I'm a little bummed I have to wait till tomorrow night to watch it, but I know when I do, I'm gonna love every second.
I'm sure you will, and I'm sure I will.
Yeah, and then we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. It's the new hip-hopping thing.
It's taking the world by storm.
Taking it to the next Marvel thing, or whatever happens. This will go, and then Multiverse of Madness will drop right when that's done, and that'll probably raise hell, too.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go Marvel. I'm team happy comic book movie series is both sides kind of guy.
Me too.
As long as there's good shit.
Never come back. to the era of bad comic book movies. Although I did hear, I guess this could be an honorable mention to our podcast,
Yeah,
but I did hear that Morbius
yeah,
is kind of reminiscent of that era.
I heard it's a pretty fucking shitty ass movie.
Pretty bad comic book movie, yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna go see it, and then the reviews came out, and I was just like, nah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll wait till it comes out on streaming to catch it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. There's just so much stuff to watch that I can't put
over
2 hours
it's
of my time.
Oversaturation. It's everywhere now that I can't decide on anything.
It's easy for me to say no to something when I know it's not worth my time. I'll typically give something my time, but if I see that it's not worth it, like that, because that's where I was with Morbius. Morbius is one of those movies that it's like, well, I hope it's good. If I hear it's good, even if I hear it's okay, I'll go see it. Then I heard it was fucking dog shit, and I was just like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep casting Jared Leto in lead roles.
You know what though? I heard that him in particular was actually not what was bad about this movie.
Well, maybe that's salvageable then, because if his character's fine, like they don't need to make a Morbius 2. They can just throw him and other people's shit.
Yeah,
and just have him be like, hey, it's Morbius.
If anything,
I heard
positive things about
I also heard that like they did not do the anti-hero angle either. Like I think he's a complete hero.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And there's like next to no blood in a vampire movie.
Right, yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah, I guess that's the difficulty with trying to do like an edgy character that's I guess supposed to be a comic book, but I don't know, you think with Sony like they could make it they typically don't cater to like censorship for kids as much as Disney does, but
it's just interesting what they're going for here, because here's the thing, it's not even that Morbius should be an anti-hero. Like, Morbius is a Spider-Man villain. So like I don't really get this like whole we're making all these Spider-Man villain movies, but they're good guys. Like, I just don't.
I know it's like you have to make them good guys because audiences won't root for bad guys.
But that's been proven wrong. So I just don't know why they do it.
That's what I'm like. Take a risk. Like literally, take a risk. There are successful stories from a villain's point of view.
Dude, Joker is. I mean, that's a great movie.
Like you can make someone root for a character that they don't
like,
or you can. I guess I could say you can make someone like a character and root for a character that's like evil if you're a good writer.
Yeah, because I don't see the point of like this gathering of these Sinister Six Spider-Man villain movies if they're good. So because like Venom is clearly like a superhero. Like he's an established hero in those movies. They're gonna have
to write like a very convoluted motivation for them all to fight.
And then what do they all team up? Like, it's just, I don't know. I do not know what Sony's plan is with this whole thing. They aren't doing great with it. They have good times, but they have a lot of bad times.
They kind of like it's kind of all over the place right now. Like, I don't know. I think what they did with Venom was kind of dumb to like tease that he was going to be in the Spider-Man universe, but then only to tease that he's not there anymore. And now we have no idea where that character is. I guess probably gone forever. So I don't know if Tom Hardy's going to reprise that role.
I think he is, man. I think they are planning to film a Venom 3.
Well, we'll see where he goes. Because is he back in his own universe now?
I think he is back in his own universe now.
Yeah, but still, it's dumb. It was dumb that they like teased the Spider-Verse with Venom only to take that away, and now they're like, "Oh, Spider-Verse again, actually." But Morbius, you guys like Morbius, right? Yay, Morbius!
Sure, Morbius.
Rather had Venom back, yeah.
No, but they're just doing all things. There's a Kraven the Hunter movie planned. There's a Venom 3 movie. They're doing all these stupid fucking villain movies and not making them bad guys. Sony's got some sort of plan. I just don't know what it
honestly,
is.
Like, I haven't seen Venom 2. I will see it when it comes out.
It is out.
On streaming.
I think you probably rent it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, maybe. I don't know
definitely. It's on Blu-ray.
I don't know if I'm going to pay money for it. I could probably find it somewhere though. Totally above board. Of
It's
course.
good. Like, it's fine. It doesn't do anything really special, but it's stupid
But
fun.
I mean, I didn't.
Characters are good.
I didn't not like Venom 1.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a bad time with it. It's definitely not like great.
It's a different kind of movie.
Yeah, it's a different kind of movie. I mean, I thought the ending boss fight was kind of boring, but besides that, like, there wasn't too much I didn't really not enjoy. Like, I thought it was fine. I liked Tom Hardy.
Yep.
But people really don't like that movie. Venom.
Yeah. So that's a good honorable mention. Too bad I mean, the problem here now is, like, at least Venom has, like, somewhat positive. The Morbius is dog shit, apparently.
Yeah, it got its C+ rating, which is like,
dude, it's
a death sentence for a superhero movie.
It's sitting at a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes critically.
Damn.
Yeah. It got shit on.
And Jared Leto's probably still gonna get roles.
Oh, I mean, Jared Leto is still like a Oscar-winning, actor. Like, he's not doing well in the superhero business, but his other roles, I've seen him in. I'm always like, yeah,
I heard
this
was his second biggest opening night.
It made a lot of money despite not good reviews. People
probably going to drop off real sharp.
I would have. I mean, Sonic 2's coming out, then Dumbledore. People people aren't going to go to see Morbius.
Yeah.
Good honorable mention though. Needed to be said.
Sure.
Needed to be said.
Needed to be said.
Needed to be said.
Well, I think I have to get going here.
Yeah, it is getting late.
It is getting pretty late.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.